Welcome to another Reverse Enchanting. This time I'm joined by RidiculousHat. Now, for the people in the community that don't know who you are, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is RidiculousHat. I work at Elestrals. My title is Director of Player Experience. I do organized play stuff. I do community comms. I do, some touch points on live balance. And I'm frequently in the Discord and/or the recipient of DMs from the community. I've been around for a little over 6 months now, so this will be fun because my understanding is that you're going back to before I was playing. So I did a little cram session earlier today. I have a lot of additional information about the stuff I'm going to forget later, so I'm pretty excited for that. But yeah, it's big fan of the show. I'm a little nervous, I gotta admit, but it's fun, so we'll manage. It'll be fine. I hopefully won't do too much permanent brand damage to Elestrals today.
Yeah, it's great because if you do really poorly, then the community will say that it's because the Elestrals team doesn't understand Elestrals.
I'll just have to hear about it from James about all the easy answers that I missed. Zero mentioned. He's been guiding. He's been good, but I can't let him down.
Yeah. I also, you're like the first person to actually either you're the first person to do it or the first person to admit to it. You're the first person to take notes. You have notes ready.
So, okay, just to be clear, I sent the notes that I'm using to Cobalt because the integrity of Reverse Enchanting is very important to me. But I wasn't playing before August 25. So I got the tail end of Firestorm, or I guess that was like mid Firestorm.
Yeah.
So I experienced Bear Bomb, but I started playing after the Kinleo Morleth Hurricane limits, for example. So all that stuff beforehand, I don't know when it all happened. So I wrote down set release dates and what was banned when.
Okay. Well, it's time to get into this. Now, I was supposed to do a recording with Zero the other day and never got to it. So rather than just grab some random lists, I've got 4 generated sets of lists between numbers 1 to 4. Pick a number from 1 to 4, and we'll go with one of those lists.
I'm going to pick 3.
3?
Because that's how many Rise from the Ashes you played in your winning deck.
The crazy thing, number 2 has my winning deck here.
The first thing I did was I searched for decks that you played specifically because I figured that would be the curveball you'd try and throw me.
Yeah, so that was how I played Season 1. Season 2, completely RNG. So we have 3 lists for you today. I'll run you through some quick rules. No 2 lists can be from the same set of formats. So no 2 Firestorm, no 2 Livestream, all that sort of stuff. You get 3 lifelines, which is the Phone a Friend, the Reveal the Side Deck, and the Reveal the Format. And the top 4 players of the season will get invited back to do finals, which is a competitive, you'll be on a call with someone else, both doing lists. And then beyond that, also for each lifeline you don't use, you will get a bonus 5 points. But I really regret that rule because it makes people not want to use lifelines, and lifelines are the fun part.
I'm confident that I'll use 2 of them. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to use the side deck one because that will give me no usable information. I don't know the main decks, so the side deck certainly won't help me get any further. That's 5 points that I can put on the board.
You would be so surprised. There was one recently where someone used the side deck as their lifeline, and it told them the deck, the format, everything. It had one
Maybe I'm underestimating it.
Yeah, it was a really good one. It had a random terraform in it. It had cards from live stream. So yeah, it just told them all the information they might need.
Okay. Well, then we'll see what happens. But yeah, don't worry. My pride is more important than my points, so I'll do that. I do have one question. Is the competitive version for the top 4, can you call that serialized enchanting? Because it's more than reverse. I think there's a content path there.
Okay, that's a good idea. So the idea of reverse enchanting is just meant to be reverse engineering. I hadn't even associated it with the Stellars.
I mean, we have shiny hunting in our game. I got to plug it somehow.
Yeah, it's good. That's good. Alrighty, we're going to give you the first of these 3 lists. I should probably actually just bring them up. my screen. All right. First list. We have 2 fire, 2 wind, and 16 solar.
Oh boy. Okay.
Very, very interesting spirit deck.
So I know this isn't Swole's because he had a water. Let's see. Okay. We'll start with some of the obvious ones. We'll start with 3 Gorgon's Gaze. I guess I just do it, right?
Yeah, you put it all through.
All right. So I tried to come up with a strat for this to make sure that I didn't miss the obvious stuff. So I'm going to start. If nothing else, I'll just put in some Omnis. I can always take them out later, but I know that I will need at least some of these. So I've put in 2 Amber, 3 Gorgon's Gaze, 2 PTA, 2 Shield. Those numbers may not be correct, but I want to make sure I don't forget about their existence. Not sure on Argo, not sure on Laurels, not sure on Nog or Rise yet. Have to think through what the format could be. If we're talking about... gosh, I'm so bad at using ClashNet. If we're talking about something with 2, anytime I see 2 wind, I'm like, that is 3 wind gen, 1 tornadian. That's what that tells me. So I want to make sure I include those. And then I'll just have fewer slots to mess up. I'm just going to type in Jin and see what happens. Okay, perfect. 3 wind gen, 1 tornadian. Oh, no, wait. There we go. Oh, I can't add it. It's banned.
If you click Format Standard, it'll change your format to Unlimited.
See, you're so good at this.
Okay. I've done this a couple of times, would you believe?
You have, yes. Okay, there we go. So we have 13 cards to go, and now we're pretty heavy on solar. So let's assume some of the obvious stuff. Okay. First, where is my man Apollo?
Good card. I really like Apollo.
Yeah, it's solar has been one of the decks that I've enjoyed the most. People kept saying that it was really hard to play. I didn't let that stop me. They haven't been wrong, but it's been fun enough that I have enjoyed playing it mediocrely.
I actually found solar very easy to play. Like, I barely did anything and won all my games 2-0 with it.
Well, I mean, we don't all have your natural skill. Let's see. I'm going to add in some cards here just so I don't forget. My eyes are getting so bad in my old age. Okay. I'm assuming that this is not Lifestream era, even though it could be. I'm currently assuming that it isn't. Also, I still haven't found Apollo. I said that out loud multiple times. I still haven't done anything about it.
Bottom right.
There he is. All right. Thank you. Okay. So if we see the Fire Splash, I'm going to assume First Light, Kakare, Dracoray.
No, not Kamagma?
I mean, you could. You did it. I know you did it. I'm not ready to assume that yet, but I know that I have at least 1 First Light, probably more. I'm going to start with 3 Kakare, 1 Dracoray. Could change those numbers, but I'm assuming the Fire Splash is for the Dracoray line. Probably not Dragalis. That card's sweet, but there's not enough fire in here. Where are you?
And I'm so sorry.
There it is. I'm going to filter by Ray and not any other terms. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. We're on Reverse Enchanting, so I'm going to put in at least 1 Lumaru in honor of the show. I wouldn't be surprised there are more. I put in 1 Celestleo, 3 Nebuleo while we were talking. I wouldn't be surprised if this has 2 Celestleo, but I don't know. I don't know if we need multiple 3 drops here. Now, the assumption that I have to ask is, if we're in Lifestream, we can just finish the deck right now. If we're not in Lifestream, then I need Rise from the Ashes, and I need some other stuff. I feel like I haven't seen this particular Spirit config top an event during Lifestream. Or at least come close to topping. Oh, like I've played a deck like this, but I don't think that we've seen... Well, actually, wait a minute. There was Law's Turbo Tornadian thing right before the Leica Void list. And that did splash fire. And that wasn't for Dracoray. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Okay. So that means what I'm looking for. See, it's been so long. How quickly we forget Lavalith. How quickly we forget. I think that deck did have the Cockery Drakery stuff. It didn't have Celestlio is what it didn't have. If I'm assuming it's that deck, which I'm going to because it's when I was playing, so I'm assuming that I am going to look mildly competent with my logic, that means that we can remove some number of... Let's see. I know that deck didn't play Celestlio. I think it had the triple First Light, and that means that it had... If we're assuming that this is live stream, I'm gonna do typing in solar was just so silly when I wanted solar burst.
Such a good idea.
It was just so silly. It seemed like a good idea on paper. All right, so I'm gonna be way over, which means I have to cut stuff. But we need a couple Glimbats. Back then, the tech was 1 Temple and 2 Nova Cores. Okay, we don't have Guardian of Light in here. I think Loomer was in there. I think there was no... Oh, Shield was bad back then. That was the era where people were cutting Shield. Okay. Sort the deck. I have 18 Elestrals. So that's about right. I need some number of Guardian of Light. So I'm going to put in 2 Guardians, and I'm going to put in 1 more Lumaroo.
Interesting.
Because I remember, if this is the deck that I'm thinking of, it was the Turbo Tornadian livestream deck right before the Like a Void ban, where people were trying to compete with Lockagon. Celestlio was falling out of favor. It was that would be post Rise, post Ride, post Hurricane, and there are no Hurricane spirits in here, no Earthquake spirits in here. I don't think this deck would have played Laurels because you just have too many spirits floating on your side of the board.
No Earthquake spirits in a solo deck doesn't mean you're not playing Earthquake.
That is true, but I researched that specific deck because I knew that would be an easy curveball, and Swole is going to hear about it for the rest of his life or until he does something else. Let's see. There's 1 Plucky in here. I think there's supposed to be 1 Plucky. I'm pretty sure this deck did the... So did this deck actually do the Draco Ray thing with only 2 fire? That seems ambitious. It seems like you're asking a lot of those fire spirits. Because you need them for Lavalith, you need them for chains, and I know that they were splashing both. Maybe the chains are wrong. Maybe I'm baiting myself with the chains. I think the chains are wrong. I think it's the chains. All right, I'm going to cut these.
Okay.
I'm going to put in 1 more Plucky. And I'm going to put in... It's 20 Elestrals. I think the 3 First Lights are correct. I'm going to put in the 3rd PTA.
Good card.
It's the PTA versus Shield thing. I've gone back and forth on it during the different metas that I've had been able to play since August, and there have been about half of them where Shield is completely broken, and half of them where Shield is just doesn't happen, and then PTA is what you need. It's been fun going back and forth.
Yeah.
Let's see. I feel like I'm missing 1 obvious solar card, but it can't be that obvious, or otherwise I wouldn't have missed it. That's how my logic works. I think this is my deck. I think this is the deck.
Okay. Who played it?
So I'm gonna Law YGO, I believe, is the one I'm thinking of.
All right. Let's start pulling some cards out. We're gonna start by taking out Lavalith.
Okay. Well, I got that one wrong.
We're then going to take out the 2 Luminaries.
Dang.
Let's see. What else? There's 3 of that one. Pluckies are fine. Draco Ray is fine. Nova Core's fine. Solar Burst. We'll get rid of all of those.
No Solar Burst.
Yeah. Ambrose are fine. PTAs and Gorgons are correct. And the field spell is there. And also we'll get rid of the 3 Windjin and the Tornado.
No. Okay. So this is not a live stream. No, it is a live stream deck. Okay.
Yeah, so the funny thing that happened here, what I'm assuming based on the Spirit deck, it's the event after Tornado got banned, and I think they forgot to adjust the Spirit deck.
Well, all right.
This is
That makes sense. There's no win in the board?
there's 2 P-Gust in the board, but you I don't know if I would say that they're running 2 Wind Spirits for 2 P-Gust only.
It's rationalization, I guess.
I think it was just
what did I miss?
Left over. So we've missed 2 Exaltus, the third Guardian of Light, the third Nova Core, the second Temple of the Sun, the Celestlio, the third Plucky, and the 2 Rare Lottle and the 2 Soul Bell and the 2 Leo Bright.
The Soul Bell. This was right after the ban. I forget who was running this though. Remind me.
Jandres.
Okay.
I must be wrong about something here because I feel like you're missing a lot more cards than I'm going over. Wait. Oh, I'm so sorry. There's also no Cockerays.
Oh. They're just no Draco Rays, I assume.
No, Draco Ray's still there. They're just hard ascending that.
Oh.
And they're still...
And triple first light?
Yeah. Yep. What? What am I looking at?
I feel like if you have triple first light and a Draco Ray, you just throw that 4/1 in there. I mean, I don't know. I didn't do well at this event, and this person did, so I'm not here to judge.
Yeah, but that's it is. The 13 missing cards. Yeah, that's insane. It's a solar deck that's on 2 Ambrosia, which to me was a red flag. So yeah, very interesting to see. But this one did actually make top 16 at the last event, the February 7 event. And I believe that is a 27 pointer for you.
All right. Hey, and good job to Jandres, you said?
Yeah, yeah.
Good job to them for top 18 or top 16.
16, yeah. Solar still got it.
I'm gonna get my thinking hat on. All right. I need to think a little, so it's only a little hat for now.
Clips into your head.
I borrowed it from my wife. Don't tell her.
Alrighty. Let's have a look at our second list here.
All right. Let's do it this way. There's probably a faster way to clear. I don't know what it is.
It's a convoluted thing where you click to save the deck, and then instead of saving it, you just load the blank deck.
The amount of time it took you to explain that was longer than the amount of time it took me to click.
Exactly.
So there we go.
All right, we've got 1 Frost.
1 Frost. I should clear this filter.
We have 3 Fire.
Okay.
4 Earth. 4 Thunder. And is that 7? 8 Water.
So what I've learned in the various different spirit breakdowns is that the closer you are to an even split between like 5 colors, the more firestormy you are. So this is probably more like a Moonrise or Daybreak, which means I'm going to be doing a decent bit of guessing, but that's what it looks like to me. Now let's see here. So I'm looking at my ban reference document. Now, I don't see hurricane spirits here. There's no wind. I would have expected hurricane spirits. All right, so I'm going to start with, first of all, there's earth. I'm assuming there's an earthquake. Typing in earth was still a stupid idea. I learned this after typing in solar, and I made the same mistake in front of everybody, even with my thinking hat on. I'm going to need the bigger thinking hat for the next
one. I can't wait for you to type thunder into look for it.
I'm going to do it, and you know I am, and we're both just waiting for it to happen. So let's see. So Lavalith was limited. When was that was July? When was Lavalith limited? Did I not write this down? Or was it before Daybreak? I'm looking at my notes, and I either forgot to write it down or it happened before this stuff.
Betrayed by the
You don't
notes.
have to answer. Yeah, no, betrayed by myself. This is all past Hat's fault.
Don't forget, you do have lifelines.
It's true. I will almost certainly take those, but I'm gonna attempt to go through what I know first. And the first thing that I know, if we're talking about older era deck lists, so I know there are a few things. First of all, I can just start with Astrabbit. I know that's going to be in there. We can also start with some Omni runes. I am less sure as well about the Shield PTA breakdown, but I'm going to assume at least some number of those. I'm going to assume triple Gorgons, even though I know it's not always triple. I'm going to assume triple Ambro in this element base, in this spirit base.
Personally, I'd rather lose a point than guess 2 Gorgons.
Yes, it's and really that's not the fault. There is with the person who built the deck,
Yeah.
right? That's not on us. That's on them.
I got 17th on a list with 0 Gorgons.
It's again, not everyone has your natural talent. We've covered this, and it's going to come up multiple times. I'm going to just throw in a second PTA and a second shield while I'm here.
Yep.
Okay, so we have 8 water spirits. I'm assuming the frost is for Cryoblast in the side, and if I recall, Cryoblast is a Daybreak card. Is that right?
I'm not going to confirm that.
No, you don't have to. I'm speaking hypothetically. And also angle shooting in case you involuntarily answer out of force of habit. But don't worry, you're too good for that.
No, my force of habit is to never answer questions.
There you go. Perfect. So we have a bunch of water in here. I'm going to assume that Eddie is in here. What is all this other water? Okay, so Eddie is not an Omni. What is all this other water in here?
Imagine if it was, though.
I don't want to. Okay. Let's see. So if we're looking at, I'm assuming this is Daybreak era or Moonrise era. I don't think this is Firestorm. I could be wrong. I'm going to put in a couple original whales because I'm sticking with my assertion that we don't have any Firestorm cards in this deck. We could be Smoltuga-ing for something. I'm not sure if we are, but we could be. The fire's got to be for more than just the Lavalith, but I'll come back to that. I don't feel like the Locks saw play before they were played multiple times for free. Tsunami is going to be in here. At least 2. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 3. Let's start with 2. Because I already have so many runes. I don't know if I know what 8 water was used for back then. I don't know if I know that. Looking through, I'm so interested in how these older formats played out. I know that there were some moments where the game was more grindy and incremental, and others where it was more swingy. And it seems like this particular era was really, really big in the resource management. I wouldn't be surprised if this was like. I don't think this wouldn't be like the foamy Schnark Joblin stuff because there's no Lunar. Especially if there's Daybreak. I mean, there were Luna cards in Daybreak, but not very many. I think I will save my phone lifeline, but I will use my format lifeline here.
Format lifeline? Okay, let me just double check just to make sure this is correct. This one is Daybreak post ban list.
Okay, so Equalinx, Elechik, Arcolith, Farrageist, Race to the Top are all limited. Vis is semi-limited, and Demeter and Zeus are temporarily banned or limited. I forget which. Okay. Is there set filtering in here? No.
You can always ask the lore about that one.
He's busy. I'll ask him at Worlds, but I like his product. It's good. It's a good thing. Okay, so we know that Eddie is in there. And I can just skim through cards, and if I see MR, if I see FST, if I see LSC, just like not that. In this era, I'm assuming there was a lot more healing, but I'm trying to figure out what the water is used for. Like, what was the water stuff that people actually tried to ascend into? I know some people who would do the ivory thing, but I'm not sure that's a normal thing to do. And I think this was before Poseidon really did a lot either.
There's always the
I'm
15s deck
absolutely
that used Poseidon. You'd put out like a
the
rabbit, and if it survived, you'd Poseidon Nexus under it, and then just hard ascend into Pantera.
Oh my. Okay. Well, that sounds exciting. I'm glad that I didn't have to guess that because I would not have gotten that.
I don't think it topped.
I can't imagine why. So
Maybe
let's
it
see
was
here.
Firestorm. Frostfall. Maybe Frostfall. I don't know. I never looked back then.
I just found Waylance, and Waylance is tricking me. I'm not sure that Waylance is real, but it's looking at me.
It's a cool card.
It's very cool, and it's got the one Frost Spirit in here. Actually, you know what? I can look up Cryoblast and just confirm. Cryoblast is Daybreak. So I'm assuming Cryoblast is in the side, even though it could be a Waylance in the main. That just doesn't feel right to me. I don't think the game was about that as much back then. Could be wrong, but it's just a feeling that I have. Okay. What this has been like Aphro stuff? Gosh. I'm going to assume some amount of sluggles. I'm going to put one to remind myself of it. 3 fire is not enough to do Hephaestus stuff. It just isn't. I feel like there's probably something obvious in fire that I'm missing besides the Lavalith. I don't want to use my other phone friend so soon, though. Don't want to do that. You know what? You warned me about this. Let's do the sideboard too. Let's
You want
call
to do
that
sideboard?
in.
Yeah, okay.
I do.
The sideboard.
I need a little bit of help here.
All right.
I assume it's misleading.
No, it actually has got what I would call info. We're going to start with 2 Sluggle.
2 Sluggle in the side. Okay.
Yep. Feel free to put them in. It makes it a little easier to have the reference point.
Yes. Let's see here. It is
shift click.
What is it? Shift click? Okay, shift click. Okay.
2 Sluggle. 1 Tsunami.
Okay.
We've got an Equal Links.
In the side. Interesting. Okay.
A Scythe of Demeter.
Oh my.
2 Argo.
In the side?
No. 1 Necklace of Harmonia. 2 Thunderstorm.
That makes sense.
And then we've got 3 Specteris.
Oh my. Okay.
And 2 Aloons.
Huh.
I think this does give some info.
It does. The question of will I be able to act on the info is there's a lot of questions there, but it does give some info. If nothing else, it helps me correct the numbers in the main deck. I had 1 Sluggle in there, which looks correct here. I would have actually guessed Argo is in the main. Okay.
Also, it tells you basically tells you your tsunami ratios.
Yes. Yep. The Tsunami, I know, is 2 and 1 for sure. I put a Kinleo in because that card seems really strong.
It is a good
This
card.
doesn't have enough fire spirits for. Well, Hestia didn't exist yet. Let's see here. I'm assuming the 3 Ambrosias is correct. Let's see here. This is not a Krakatuga deck under any circumstances. There's just no way. I just refuse to believe this is a Krakatuga deck. Looking at these artifacts, these don't really make sense either. Leonite is real ambitious. I'm going to keep that to 1 fire symbol most of the time. There are probably Necruffs in here, aren't there? Because you probably Water Puppy most of the time. Yeah. I always forget back then just playing a Water Enchanted 5-1 was worth doing. Okay. I don't think this is a Comagma deck, and I'm prepared to be wrong about that. This was Daybreak. I don't think we're playing... I don't think that we're playing Lumaru with no Solar Spirits at all. Like, I think there would be 1. This was so Viserys was semi-limited, and this was after the ban. You said,
Yes, this is post list.
okay. I don't think that. I think that would mean people would rather not run 2 Viserys because Firestorm Viserys doesn't exist yet, and 2 Viserys just a little odd. It might still have been good enough. Gosh, was it still good enough? I'm looking at the other options here, and I think it might have. Oh, wait, there's no stone. That is Moonrise. It didn't exist yet. There's no stone. Double negative.
There is a stone.
Yes, exactly 1 stone. There's no wind for Sorlets. I'm missing some thunder stuff for sure. And I'm definitely missing... I feel good about the fire stuff here. The earth stuff, I'm going to put in the 2 Viserys because I don't have a better option.
Okay.
I feel like there's a chance. It's a little funky, but I feel like there's a chance. We have 4 Earth Spirits. We know that some number of those are for Scythe and the Equal Links on the side. I don't... If I remember correctly, this era, and if I've written this down, 1 Elachik, 1 Demeter, 1 Zeus. I don't think they were banned. I think they were limited, but I might have misread. I'm going to do this. Right, because the goal here is just for Elachik to be a 7. And these both let it be a 7. We need a few more Elestrals here. And then for runes, I'll just fill out the Omni Suite. That'll be easy enough. I need 3 more Elestrals, probably more water ones, and cut these Viseries.
Viserai?
Bugs. Because it doesn't seem correct. I think what we're doing here is the Elachik with the 4 Thunder, 4 Earth, so that you can just load up Demeter, Zeus, and win combat. I think that's what that is. And if this deck is intending to win combat, then I just need 5s and something to do with all this water. People at home are yelling at the screen every time I mouse over whatever's obvious. There's nothing to really Tadpuff into. Smoltuga is a 5 blocker that gets Kinleo or Necrof. It's probably some number of Smoltugas. I'm going to throw in a few of these. I mean, that's 20 Elestrals. I have used 2 lifelines. I'm not going to use any more here. There's no stadium in this deck, and I don't think that we would do the Atlantis thing. I think this is close. I think this is close enough. I'm going to put... what am I doing? I'm just going to do Omni. Let's see here. So I've got Poison Tipped Arrow. I'll do the 3rd one. I will do a 3rd shield. I feel like we might need more healing. I don't think this deck has any additional divines. I don't think it would be main deck 1 Argo. That is weird. Laurels, almost certainly.
That would be weird.
Let's see. We don't have anything to rise with how I've constructed this. Not that how I constructed this is accurate, but at least we'll assume consistent internal logic on my side.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 more cards. Do I think they're runes? Probably runes. What runes am I missing? I'm going to look for invokes and counters because I don't think it's a stadium and I don't think it's a divine. Some of these new ones in Sunstrike. Woo-wee. All right.
It's good because the runes have been kind of boring. So I want some more exciting ones.
Going forward. Are the Cryoblasts main? Wait, I have the sideboard. I'm looking at the sideboard. You gave me the sideboard. I need a bigger thinking hat. I'm pretty sure the Cryoblasts aren't in the sideboard because you gave me the 15 cards and none of them are Cryoblast. So I'm pretty sure that they're in the main. I'm going to assume they're cryoblasts.
Man, I've been trying to hold that one in for a while.
It's I'm pretty sure now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure there are no cryoblasts on the board. Fairly confident. Okay.
You never know.
I am expecting a score of 20 or lower on this deck, but I am sending it in.
All right, who played it?
No clue.
You may as well go for it. It's 5 points if you're right.
Cobalt Sanderson.
This predates me, unfortunately. We're going to get rid of the 2 Viserys. We're going to get rid of the Kinleo and 1 of the Necroth.
Okay.
We're going to get rid of the Sluggle.
Okay.
And the 3 Small Toogers.
Dang.
And then I think everything else is correct. See, the cool thing about Daybreak is it's all just good card theory. So as long as your card just is printed with good stuff, like, you're correct, right? You're going to get that easy 12 points with the Ambrose and the, counter runes.
This scored higher than my last deck, and I wasn't playing then.
Yeah, as I said, it's all just card theory. You've missed the Dratuga, the 2 Foamy, 1 Galaxy, and the 3 Moss Stations, and I believe that's all of it. And
Wow.
the 3rd Cryoblast. So that's
3 Cryoblasts in the main. All right.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. Yeah.
Huh.
And this was from JJPM.
Good deck, JGPM. How'd they do?
This was top 4 list from December 2015, 2014, 2025, 2025. Carrying numbers.
Okay. So I have a question for you that I will also extend to the audience.
Okay.
Is this 5s?
Yes.
Okay.
So the Rabbit is a 5, the Galaxy is a 5, the Necroth is a 5, the Alachik is bigger than a 5 and thus is a 5. The Eddie is technically a 5 in the fact that it will rotate a card and thus can clear any 5.
YouTube comments. I just want to extend this question to you as well, despite Cobalt's very firm definitions, which makes sense. But respond in the comments. Is this 5s? I assume yes. I'm curious because the definition of 5s is tough to pin down.
From the way it was explained to me when I first started, which was End of Daybreak, 5s is any card that either is a 5 or it plays around the idea of 5, which obviously Eddie does because every 5 has a bad alternate stat. So Eddie is a pseudo 5 just in the fact that it will clear any 5. And then stuff like Moss Station is technically a 6, or Moss Station is a 6. And those cards actually do get classified as 6s, but Alachik is still only classified as just, like, it's a 7, but no one calls it a 7. It's just part of the 5s lineup.
That I thought I was with that, and then it kept going. It's like, all right, I'll just come back to this one. But yeah, I think like it is at least spiritually and structurally cards designed to engage with the number 5 one way or another.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Alachik beats 5s, which is the reason it's still play.
It's true. It's the highest of 5s. Okay.
All right.
Well, I've got 1 lifeline left. You were right about the sideboard. I didn't believe you, but you were right about the sideboard. Single-handedly gained me probably 5 points.
Yeah. As long as you get at least 5 points out of it, it's paid for itself.
So is that lifeline a 5?
Yeah, every lifeline costs 5 points.
So they're all 5s.
Yeah. They all give 5 points at the end.
It all comes together. All right, I'm clearing this out to reset. And I'm ready. The third one's the last one?
The third one
this is I really like the concept of this show. I think it is fun and very Elestral specific, and it makes my brain work in a way that doesn't always do.
It's extremely Elestral specific, right? There's no other card game could do this.
All right. Now I'm really ready to think.
Alrighty. Let's go with this last list. We have 2 Earth.
Okay.
3 Water. 5 wind,
Okay.
5 fire, and 5 thunder.
Firestorm mentioned.
Maybe.
It's this. I'm willing to bet this is Firestorm. I'm willing to bet. I don't know how much I'd bet, but I'm willing. So, okay. I'm going to start with, again, some easy ones. No, see? Quake. Typing in Quake. Let's see. Assuming Firestorm, I'm assuming Lavalith. Let's see here. I know it's not Livestream. We've done Livestream already.
Most people forget that rule, and it's so entertaining.
Yeah, I viewed it as getting the easy one first, and also it's the one I've gotten the lowest points on so far. But at least it's the one that I should theoretically know the cards. Now this has Hurricane in it, Hurricane Spirits, which means Hurricane is in the deck. Now the question is, which Firestorm was this? Because this could be 3 hurricanes or 2 hurricanes. Because that was a thing you could do back then.
Yeah.
What a wild world that must have been.
It was so good. People only ever set 1 back row.
That's so different from the Elestrals that I know.
See, what I
different.
really didn't like about Daybreak was because there was nothing like Hurricane, you would just play Rabbit and set 4 back row, and your opponent cannot break that.
So I think one of the things that we've talked about a lot of Elestrals, and I know I'm getting distracted while we're recording a game show, is like cards that are good when you're behind but not when you're ahead, which are very, very hard to find. Because Hurricane, of course, your opponent does like, let's say, pick any 2 Elestrals that they have. Let's say Aphoros and also Aphoros. Could be any 2. And then they have a bunch of back row. Hurricane, when you're behind there, is like, all right, I get a chance to get back in the game.
Yes.
But if you're ahead or if you're a combo synergistic deck or whatever, then you use that as a pseudo chariot ride. All the runes are gone. I do what I want. Then I set my runes. And that's spooky as well. So Hurricane is a blunt instrument. It, of course, has its value as a reactive tool. And it's really tough to separate that from the proactivity. I admit I didn't play back then. I can see the appeal of not wanting to get trapped behind incremental back row decks. Death of a Thousand Stings. I can totally understand that. I'm not sure where the right balance is.
I think the balance was 1 Hurricane, so your opponent at least had to hesitate before setting 4 cards.
You're not the first person to mention that, though. Also, on the other hand, 1 Hurricane can be kind of sacky. But like, also work card game, and sometimes you draw cards off the top of your deck.
You don't even need to play the Hurricane; just the threat of it.
The concept of Hurricane. I'm going to put a second Hurricane in, and when we call Skyhawk later, he'll tell me if that was smart or not.
Yeah, that's cool.
So let's see here. I still have so many other cards to put in, and we'll start with Omni Runes. Again, this is Firestorm. I'm assuming 3 Gorgon's Gazes, 3 Ambrosias. I'm assuming no Nogs, and I'm assuming no Rise from the Ashes, though I may come back and fix that. Because there may be Rise from the Ashes in this deck. I'm not sure what we're getting, though. Spirit distribution is so distributed. Could be Argo. I'm going to put in 1 Argo to remind myself to not put Argo later. We'll do the same with PTA and Shield, because there could be some number of those. I wouldn't be surprised if this was an Argo deck. If we're assuming multiple hurricanes, these water spirits look kind of labored already because I want to put in tsunamis and whales. We do have 3 Ambro, but I want to put in tsunamis and whales, and that means I'm not sure that someone would register this with multiple hurricanes, multiple tsunamis, and multiple whales in the main.
Elestrals players will register anything.
Okay, you got me there. You got me there. They'll register any Daybreak box topper they can find.
Doing reverse enchanting, I have seen some lists.
Oh yes, I'm sure. All right, I'm gonna go down to 1 hurricane right now. I feel like I want to do that. I'm gonna assume 2 tsunami. I'm gonna assume 3 whale. I need to find Astrabbit. Okay. So here we already have a pretty decent 20 card core, and I have not filled out the Omni runes. We're going to have way more of those. Let's see. Elechick would be banned by now. Rise would be limited. I don't know if that matters, but it's true. This is after someone played triple Rise Celestial.
You heard it here first. That is a staff member of Elestrals confirming that that was my fault.
No, I said that it was banned, and then it was also after someone did that. I did not connect the two. Correlation is not always causation. Now, the timing was correlated. That did happen.
It was so correlated. It was like 2 days.
It was extremely correlated. It was very close. But I am assuming that particular ban was premeditated and was not entirely a snap ban on preventing Australian success. I don't think that's what happened.
The crazy thing is, just before that event, I bought a playset of Rise off of a staff member, and they gave me a really discounted price, and I couldn't figure out why at the time.
Well, what did we learn?
We learned that I got my Worlds invite. Who cares about any other bit of information?
Exactly. Exactly. Yes, I like that you're seeing the positive side. All right.
It was also just one of the coolest decks that this game has ever showcased.
That is also true. I have gone back and watched some of it, and boy, I'm glad we banned it, but I'm glad you had your fun.
I've watched that video like 20 times, both of them.
I am certain of that. I bet Unk is in here. I bet that's here. Okay. I know I need more fire. I don't know if we're Hephaestusing. Like, the spirit base tells me that divines are going to be a little sketch here, and also if we're in the hurricane era, I don't think divines would have seen as much play. Don't think they're main deck thunderstorms. I'm trying to figure out what the other thunder cards would be, because RT3 was limited at this time. Unclear if it even would have been good, but who knows?
I think that card's ever been good.
In here? I have heard such a wide range of opinions on it, but I do know that you can play 3 right now, and I haven't seen one in a while. Let's see here.
I have. I know I got wrecked by it in a recent premiere.
That sounds fun. Was it Cthulhu?
No, it was. Oh, I don't think it was Cthulhu. I think it was Yoko Midori.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and the Vol Tempest thing, which I was about to ask, are we doing Vol Tempest in here? Because we might be. It's possible we're doing Vol Tempest.
We do have the right spirits.
Well, we do have the right colors. I don't know if we have the right spirits. I want to make sure I don't fall down that trap. But it's possible. Like, we do have we could be doing Vol Tempest Champ stuff. I'm not convinced on that yet with only 5 Thunder. I don't think that's enough. I don't.
To be fair, we have the right spirits for like whatever in Fornax. So like, there's a lot of things we have the right spirits for.
I have never seen an Fornax in play. Never once.
I've seen Bellaby.
Doesn't mean that
Bellaby has topped and Fornax has not.
I need to look up these cards now. Bellaby. Okay. That's interesting. Fornax do? I don't even know what that does. In Fornax. Oh, this guy. I remember seeing this casting cost and thinking, what's going on here? Okay. Is this deck pent? It can't be pent. We don't have enough wind spirits.
Yeah, that's how pent works.
Well, because it's a destroyed special cast, right?
Yeah, but you don't have to correctly enchant the pen.
I suppose you don't. I'm gonna resist putting pent in for now, and then Skyhawk will also tell me that's dumb. Okay, let's look at wind here for a second, because I'm assuming Firestorm. This spirit base looks so Firestormy. Let's see. I can never say no to Sorlet.
That is a really
Oh,
good
wait,
card.
but is it ever the other Sorlet? Is it ever that sort? I mean, we are also light on Wind Spirits to go all in on that, but you really only need to do it once. Is it this? Is this? And then we could do base Sorlet here as well. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I'll put one in to not forget about it. This deck also, like, it already feels kind of 5e.
True.
Was the style at the time. Okay, Hermes, get out of here. We're not. This is not that. This is not what that is. I don't think we're on Hephaestus Volcaries, but what is this fire for? Okay, you know what? Before we get any further, we should talk to our friend. How long do I get to talk to my friend?
You get 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. Oh man, that is 5 minutes with Skyhawk. That is like a carnival cruise. That is just luxurious. Okay. Let's call the big bird.
No worries.
Lovely.
Cobalt, do you know Caleb?
Caleb.
I hope Cobalt knows who I am.
I hope so.
The show before.
Yes. Okay. So this is my friend Caleb Dutexi. And
So you say it, yep.
That's how we
Caleb
pronounce
knows
it.
many things. So
I
are we
do.
recording now? Should I get in character? What are we doing?
Yeah, absolutely. We are recording, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I have my friend Caleb here. Hi, Caleb. Welcome back to Reverse Enchanting.
Hi. It's so good
I
to be back.
I am looking to have a worse score than you, and I am well on the way. But this deck that we're looking at here, which we have shared, it looks very firestormy. And so we know it's not Livestream, and we know it's not Daybreak. It could be Moonrise. It could be Firestorm. I'm currently guessing Firestorm, and I filled out a little more than half the deck, but I'm wondering if you have any insight.
I will just
from
also
five
add.
fire. Go ahead.
I will just also add. You have 5 minutes.
Yes. Thank you, Cobalt. So we've got 5 fire, 5 thunder, 5 wind, 3 water, 2 earth, and you can see the cards that I have here already adding Clashnet, going for kind of a 5s pile here with a little bit of the wind splash, but I'm not sure if my wind is correct.
I think that sounds about right to me. I feel like this looks a lot like that ridiculous pig fire 5s list that Cobalt got me with last time on Reverse Enchanting. So like I could totally buy that this is just like the fire Argo with pigs just slop that did well at the Cards HQ store open.
Pigs do love slop. So I'm thinking probably 2 or 3 Argo. I have 3 champ Sorlets right now, and only 1 of the original. I wouldn't be surprised there's more. And I am definitely low on fire cards, and there's definitely more water. And maybe a little bit more water, but also I think that there's more fire and maybe a couple more thunder Elestrals in here as well. And I'm not sure on the room configuration.
I believe that. I think that the one thing that I pause on is you're definitely playing 3 Argo. You're definitely playing like an artifact package. The fire leads me to believe that if we think that this is Firestorm, you'd be playing the Volcaries Hephaestus stuff. But I can't remember if lists were also playing Zeus, because that would line up with the Thunder line as well. I don't know if you'd play 5 Thunder for Arcalith, Hurricane, Astrabbit. That seems like it's a little high, but maybe it makes sense. Maybe you aren't playing Zeus in this list, but Zeus goes so well with Sorlet.
I could see Zeus as well. So this would have been, we're post Elechek ban, of course.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't remember exactly when in Firestorm Cards HQ was. Was it June, July?
It was start of July. It was before the late July ban list that had Lake of Void on it.
So it could have multiple Kenleos. It could have multiple Hurricanes.
That is true. I feel like you're probably running the Hephaestus, Volcaries, Kenleo stuff.
Okay.
I think it just is. If that then lines up for the Thunder count, which it might, they may be running multiple Hurricane. They may be maining some spirits for like a Hurricane side piece or Zeus on the side. I know some people did that where they would board between those.
Let's see. So I'm doing 1 Hephaestus, 3 Volcaries, 2 Kinleo, 1 Lavalith for fire. Seems
Yeah,
reasonable.
I think that's sum up right. 2, 4, 6, 7. Didn't mean to make the joke. 8. Yeah, I think that lines up for the. Well, you'd be playing Torch of
Me when
Hestia
counting.
as well.
Yes, I don't have the artifacts in here, so I should get a
Yeah.
torch in there. I should get a necklace in there. There had to be at least one more artifact.
People are just running the 2 a lot of the time. Honestly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 2 with 3 Argo. Okay.
You just want to see the
Yeah,
Argo.
that's honestly still fairly standard, surprisingly.
Yeah, you just want to
I've
see
seen a
the
lot of
Argo.
2
You're not
necklace
expecting
lately.
to see all 3 Argo.
Yeah, that makes sense. And if
Yeah.
you draw 3 Argo, you're out of spirits anyway. Okay. I'm assuming that there's probably a second OG Sorlet, if not a third.
You might be getting too
Do you
high on Elestral count at that point. I don't think that people are playing more than 1, maybe 2 OG Sorlet.
Okay.
It might just be double shield, a second PTA, fills out the deck, something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely have to fill like Omni Runes and 3
Yeah.
shield. Yeah. Let's do Omni Runes. All right. 2 3 shield. Okay. I mean, this looks like a Firestorm deck. It feels light on Thunder. I feel like we wouldn't have 5 Thunder Spirits. Like, I know that 5 lines up well with Arcolith, but I don't think I think we would have something else in here. I could see you being correct on the Zeus. I'm trying to figure out.
That's where I'm leaning.
Yeah. I'm gonna take out one of the Sorlets, and then it would be 2 Zeus.
You probably run 2 Zeus. It might be a shield. I also would consider if they're running Hurricane, they're probably running it more than 1 if it's not limited at this point.
It is not, because that would be the same one with the Kinleo. Okay, so let's use the filters correctly. Let's assume double Hurricane, and then I want 2 Zeus in here somewhere.
10 seconds.
I don't think they were cutting PTA back then.
And they might side PTA play Zeus and main instead.
Okay. Caleb, thank you so much for being here. It has been, we'll savor these last 10 seconds. And thank you for your help. And
I'm not watching anymore. I'm not helping anymore.
We're good.
Yeah, you're allowed to sit and watch. You just can't give information.
Okay. Well, so this is 40 cards. And I don't think that I'm going to do better with where we landed with the help of my good buddy Caleb. So shall we score? Let's score it.
Okay. Do you want to take a guess at who it was that played this?
Bo.
Bo? All right. We're going to lock that one in. Caleb, do you remember who played the list that you've assumed this is?
Was it Brewlock?
It was not. So
there's someone else who looks similar to Brewlock, and I'm blanking on who it is. They got a beard, I'm pretty sure.
So it was so funny that you immediately jumped in and were like, this looks like the list that got me, because Weathercaster was the list that got you. That one was crazy, because it ran a Lyre of Apollo with no solar in the spirit deck. Just citing the solar spirits. It was so funny. So we're going to start going through some cards here, and we'll remove them. We're going to get rid of one of the Volcaries and one of the Kinleo.
That's a good sign.
One Kinleo?
One Kinleo. And then we're going to get rid of the Arcolith.
No, Unk.
And then we're going to stop teasing you. We're going to say get rid of the other 2 Volcaries and all the pigs.
Oh, no.
That's really rude.
All the pigs?
All the pigs. We're going to drop 1 Hurricane. We're going to drop...
It's post-ban, isn't it?
All of the Argos.
Mm.
And then we're going to get rid of the Torch, the Necklace, and the Hef. And then the rest is pretty damn accurate. This one, however, is Pope's Spider List.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't believe that deck topped, I'm going to be honest. I scrubbed it from my memory because there's no shot that topped.
Yeah, this was the last Firestorm event.
It's proof that anyone that's really good at the game can top with literally anything.
Yeah, so this had an extra. It was 3 Warmite. Oh wait, sorry. Put the Arcolith back. I don't know how I missed that. That is in there. I don't know how I missed that.
Okay.
Oh, Unk is back.
Good.
We're so back, Unk.
Good. I needed that 1 point.
Yeah,
I
that 1
needed
point
it so
helps. So yeah, 3 Warmite, 3 Paracne, 2 Jolton, a Quackle, a Nemesail, the 2
Forgot about Quackle. That's on
PTAs,
me.
the 3rd Tsunami, and then the 3 Arachne's Lair.
All right.
So that's
Well-
a 27 pointer, I believe.
Oh, no, I just added these while we were talking. It's 24.
Oh, 24.
I did not guess Warmite. So
No one.
yeah,
would
I
guess
never would have
Warmite.
gotten this in a million years. Caleb, I'm not blaming this one on you. I'm blaming this one on Cobalt.
To be fair,
I think it all could be blamed on Cobalt.
True.
Caleb did get you those Zeuses. You were missing those.
Caleb has been very helpful.
Kinleo made it as well. That wasn't in there originally.
True.
Yeah, there you go. That Kinley card's all right.
Kinley has a good card. Alrighty, let's total up your score and see how we've gone.
Was that the last one?
It
is.
was.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I won't spoil myself on the results, so I'm going to leave now.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you for
All
being here.
right. Thanks
Appreciate you.
for calling me, friend. All right. Goodbye, y'all.
Bye.
All right.
What a lovely person.
He is. Caleb is the most just wholesome member of the community. Just like every experience playing against Caleb has just been just joyous, just laughter and fun. Yeah.
I have had similar experiences.
All right. Now for the score. You've got yourself a massive. I should just let you know the competition here. The highest score this season so far is 113. The lowest is 84. But congratulations, you've actually broken a record with 83 points, making you the new lowest of the season.
All right. Setting the floor. We love that.
Yeah.
Spiders.
Yeah, Spider's List is just brutal to get. I believe someone else got it in season 1. Doom's got one in season 1. He got a Spider List, and same sort of result. He ended up with 75. So you haven't done as poorly as Doom's, but it is the second lowest score of all time.
Okay. Well, as long as the worst is one of the Lumaroos.
Yeah. It's crazy, right? Because Dooms was the first one to do this. Like, it was just an idea that I was just like, hey, Dooms, do you want to record this video? And he was like, yeah, no worries. And yeah, he just did so abysmally. And I thought that was like going to be the standard. And then every other person since then has just done so well.
Well, I am glad to help you recalibrate. But honestly, speaking as someone that has been playing for 6 months, I feel okay. Some of these were tricky. It makes me want to go back and look at some older deck lists. But it was a really fun exercise. And, it's I may not have qualified for serialized enchanting, but I'll be back.
Serialized enchanting. We may or may not use that. I don't know if we will be using that one, but it's a good idea.
If you want it, I will give it to you. And if you don't want it, then you can't have it.
Okay, fair enough. Noted. I'm just adjusting the leaderboard so that you're at least recognized that you're on there. It's just mostly so I don't accidentally sign you up twice.
Yes.
Would hate to...
Don't worry. I don't think that we'll forget this one.
Well, thank you for joining me. Is there anything you want to plug? Anyone you want to shout out? Anything like that?
Just want to say thanks so much for having me on here. It's really fun, really interesting exercise here that I'm going to practice at, because this is the kind of thing that this is exactly the kind of thing that I hope for from fan content. And it's like you said, it's very Elestrals. It's very specific, and it's a fun way to stretch the brain. And I have a redemption arc in the future that I have to commit to.
Surely you can't do worse.
I mean, you say that, but I bet I can find a way. But yeah, shout out to Caleb for being on call and helping out here, and of course, shout out to Zero for helping me prep, and thanks to you, the Lumaroos, and all the fans for being a part of this. I look forward to watching the next episode after me, so I can see people guess correctly again.
Yeah.